Collaboration in public scholarship is the force multiplier that leverages our resources, broadens our thinking, and expands our audiences. It also mitigates the territorial jealousies of the bureaucracy while spanning the silos of the academy. Collaboration is essential in everything we do at Humanities Texas. Most notably, our partnerships with the colleges and universities that host our professional development programs for classroom teachers. And we have no better partners in this endeavor than Dean Randy Deal and the UT College of Liberal Arts and their scholars, two of whom are here today. I'll refer to them in a minute. Of course, another essential element of public scholarship is money. In Washington, the control is money. You can do almost anything you want if you can figure out how to pay for it. So there's a real premium on entrepreneurial thinking. At the National Archives, we created a 501c3 foundation and raised money for our educational and public outreach initiatives. I learned that fundraising for public scholarship is akin to fishing. You have to have a lure or a baited hook to both entice and grab your donor. Our baited hook at the archives was a vault filled with some of the most iconic documents in American history. Prospective donors responded with such emotional fervor that I concluded that the documents must have possessed some sort of mystical power. We also used the vault tours to raise public money for the archives, the $200 million that we needed to restore the venerable archives building on the Mall. And when members of Congress saw some of the magnificent documents and maps from their home states, they gained a new appreciation of the archives and its holdings. We should ask ourselves, what do we have to say that is relevant to a public audience? And how can we say it in a way that will interest them? The takeaway here is that when public scholarship depends on public funding, collaboration not only strengthens the project's appeal, but the relationships that come with it can also be vital. And when we think about the public, we should also consider its elected representatives and look for opportunities to cultivate their appreciation of our work. Public scholarship also compels us to focus on our audience. The veteran political scientist Roger Davidson and I were once listening to a speaker deliver a dry academic talk to an utterly bored general audience. Roger's prescription of the problem has stuck with me. He said, "That fella needs to speak to a few more Rotary clubs." Since then, I've never declined an invitation to speak to a Rotary club.